A strange coldness wraps around my body, starting at my head and drifting all the way back to my tail. Light kisses the inside of my eyelids, but yet I cannot see. I hear the frightened cries of my brothers and sisters, and I join them in their bellows of fear and confusion. I feel the warmth of my mother nuzzling me. She licks my saturated body and cleans away the debris that encases me. At her comforting touch, I realize that I'm safe and I am happy. I open my eyes for the first time and behold the wonderful new world before me. I see my mother and my brothers and sisters. My siblings stumble across the small space that is our home, unaccustomed to such freedom of movement, for we have been confined in the womb for so long. I cannot move like they do, though. Something seems to be wrong with me, a dead stiffness that will not allow one of my back legs to move. I struggle to support my weight on the 3 good appendages that I am blessed with, but the task is too much for my small, underdeveloped body to accomplish, and I fall back to the warm blanket beneath me. I use my remaining good limbs to drag myself to the edge of our home, which overlooks a monstrous drop. There are others of my kind about 2 yards across from us in similar homes. These of my kind are all adults, none small like me. They look so sad and lonely, lounging around almost lifelessly in their domiciles. Occasionally, a very large creature, not of our species, will pass by and gaze into each of the small houses. This seems to be an exciting event that inspires a surge of energy to spring into our community. Everyone rushes like the waters of a flood to the edge of their homes to greet the giant creature. My fellow species calls to the strange hairless mammal, almost as desperately as I remember my siblings and me crying out when we were first born. However, these calls are brought from the desire for attention, not from fear of the unknown. I watch as the adults across the way press their bodies against the thin, transparent wall that separates them from the larger creature. My brothers and sisters mimic the adults and are met with much delight from the creature, which sticks its long, wiggling appendages into our home to brush up against my siblings' short, soft fur. I am afraid of these creatures and would prefer to stay away, despite the obvious fact that they mean me no harm. While my siblings prance and purr in front of the various large creatures, I stay back with my mother. She looks down on me with loving eyes as I bury my little nose into the warmth of her supple stomach. I know that I'm safe, and I am happy. I have recently noticed that, on occasion, one of the large creatures will remove the wall between themselves and one of the adults across the way, pick the adult up, and carry it off, never to return. The jealous expressions of their peers tell me that this disappearance is a good thing. The only time that a large creature removes the transparent wall from my home is to tend to my mother's needs. At this time, my mother is presented with fresh water, a refill on food, and a clean litter box in which we all use to go to the restroom. When this removal and replacement of goods happens, the large creature will brush its wiggling digits over our backs. I find this to be a most pleasurable sensation and look forward to it throughout the day. With these small acts of kindness, I'm slowly losing my fear of the large creatures. Now, when I see them approach to peek in at my family, I too hobble towards the transparent wall to seek their attention. But I am not as agile as my brothers and sisters. I tend to lose my balance and stumble several times, overwhelmed by the dizziness of such a hurried motion and drugged down by the weight of my dead limb. Often, by the time I reach the wall, the creatures have gone. But that's all right, because I have my family. My brothers and sisters are patient with me, and my mother loves us all equally. I feel safe among my family, and I am happy.